New year, new exercise goals. Our next guest is making a bold call that Apple could beef up its workout program by acquiring fitness app Peloton. Let's bring in Gene Munster of Deepwater Asset Management. Gene, great to see you. Happy New Year to you.
Hello.
This is part of your forecast for 2024. You've got a list of various predictions. A couple concern Apple, but this one in particular with Peloton. What's the reasoning here? Because this was sort of ventured, even a couple years ago.
Melissa, the stars are starting to line up, and there's multiple reasons why. First is that this just makes sense for Apple's business model. They have 6 subscription products today. They account for about $16 billion in total revenue. That's about 4% of Apple's overall revenue, but growing quickly. And this would fit nicely into that. If they can maintain their $1.7 billion in subscription revenue, that would add about 11% to that subscription business. So that's piece number one. And in the past years, it was unclear where that would stabilize. That business is now stable. And so there's a catalyst for Apple to step in. Second is in terms of just the overlying goals. It was almost 5 years ago today that Tim Cook famously said that Apple's greatest contribution to humanity will be related to health. They've been teasing around Apple Watch. They have a fitness product that basically no one uses, and this is an opportunity. Next is that Peloton does something that no other fitness hardware, software, and service company does, bringing those 3 things together. That, of course, is something that Apple does well. They do need to shift over. It's currently run on Android today, so it'd have to shift to an iOS-enabled hardware, but that is an easy transition. And last, this is cheap. If Apple pays a 50% premium to current trading, they'll get it to $9. They'd be paying 2 times subscription revenue. Apple's trading at 7 times revenue. If you're trading at 7 times revenue and you can buy a business that fits nicely in for 2 times revenue, you make that acquisition. So I think this is the year.
Gene, this is Bonawyn here. Thanks for being with us. So you've made the fundamental case as to why this makes a lot of sense. I tend to agree. But given the recent downgrades to Apple, given some of the challenges we've seen with the Apple Watch and some of the challenges in China, how do they manage to go after this acquisition and skirt any perception that they may be reaching through M&A to cover up some homegrown issues or organic issues, if you will?
So we'll see how the December numbers play out. I think first and foremost, I actually think they're going to be okay, but let's take the approach that they're not as impressive. They will get accused of doing that. It is something that it's inevitable. But ultimately, I think that if this does have the benefit that I think they have, by my estimate, 1.3 billion monthly active users. They talk about that 2 billion device users. If they can start to essentially push Peloton into that group, I think that that's going to show revenue growth. And I think investors are going to reward them for that ultimately.
Gene, I want to get to your other prediction about Apple, especially in light of the 2 downgrades of Apple that we've seen this week, with the stock moving lower on each of the downgrades on separate days. Your prediction is that Apple's going to include or launch some sort of generative AI feature into Siri. When it does that, does it then get the sort of AI respect, so to speak, that other big cap tech companies have gotten in terms of market capitalization being added to it?
The simple answer is yes. It will get a bump up from that. I think that is part of multiple expansion opportunity for Apple. I think that's going to happen in June. Will it get the full benefit? Probably not. It's not going to get the same benefit that NVIDIA and Microsoft have had. But ultimately, I think that it's been pretty clear. Apple's been radio silent on AI. They haven't mentioned it once in any of their conference calls in 2023. Microsoft was mentioned on average 23 times on their calls. That's in their prepared remarks. So I think just the mere acknowledgement that AI goes beyond just making their devices better and that they're actually doing a generative opportunity or generative integration with Siri, I think that's going to be an expander to the multiple and reassure investors that they're all aboard. One more quick one, Melissa. Tim Cook, as I said, has been quiet on the conference calls. Since they reported the September quarter, he's made a couple public comments that say that he's used the word critical in terms of AI's importance to Apple. So I think we're going to see something in June on this.